Hey everyone, today's video is going to be on Mac. This is my Hotrod 911, super fun car. And I'm going to try to improve the brake feel. I had done a lot of customization to the car as a whole, but the brakes are pretty custom too. It's got 6-piston CNC aluminum calipers in the front, 4 pistons in the back. It's got upsized Carrera rotors, front and rear. And it also has a custom pedal assembly with dual front-rear master cylinders. That lets you change the brake balance from front to rear using a balance bar. There was a lot of videos about that. I did my best to try to anticipate the leg pressure versus hydraulic pressure or clamping pressure on the discs. And I had gone through a bunch of calculations, but I think I got it wrong. And the symptoms I'm having now, they're super firm, but it takes a lot of foot pressure to stop the car. So for my driving preference, I'm gonna change the pressure so that I don't have to push so hard on the brake pedal to get the car to stop. Yes, I can lock up the brakes, but it just takes a lot of foot pressure to do that. So that's what I'm after today. I'm gonna change the brake pedal itself. So the brake pedal has a pivot at the bottom, and the attachment point for the balance bar is at a certain height above the pivot. I'm gonna move that attachment point down slightly, which is gonna give me more a mechanical ratio, or pedal ratio it's called. That's going to give me more brakes with less foot pressure. Anyways, that's what I'm after. I have custom made my brake pedal in the past. This time, I have elected to kind of take what I learned from my homemade one, and this one is a laser cut version of the same thing. But the ratio between this pivot and this connection to the balance bar is shorter. So the lever ratio is different. We have this brake pedal system that is really dual master cylinders, like I said. These are both tilted master cylinders. And I have an adjustable position of the brake pedal. It can either go left or right. So I kind of like it very close to the gas pedal. And when this thing hits its stopping point, it's right there. Basically, it's very even with the gas pedal. So that's what makes it easy to drive. However, it's like a wall when you push this down. It's super firm. And it, compresses both master cylinders. And then this is the balance bar. So there is an adjustment behind the gas pedal where I can screw the screw in or out, and it will affect the bias between front and rear. So to get the brake pedal off, we got to take apart a big portion of the pedal assembly. Probably take the whole thing back out. I've managed to get the old pedal out. Take that spring off for a second. Here's the old pedal with the bushings and everything installed. Here is the new pedal. So with the paint and stuff, this is not gonna slide over. It's close, it's almost ready to go on there. But if I hold it just right, you can kind of see the difference between those two pivots. This new pivot is much lower than the previous pivot. So that if you look at the distance kind of between this part right here, this distance, versus this distance is much different. It's probably different by 5-6 millimeters, which is a pretty significant ratio. Basically, all we have to do is take these or build some new round tubes and put it in this pedal and then swap the bushings out. Yes, we fixed just about everything on this channel with a welder. I got that to fit in there nicely again. Just had to remove a little bit of material there. A little more welding and we'll be done with this. Probably add the gusset too. Just make a new piece like this guy. And just like that, we have a new brake pedal. So 2 parallel tubes, I just copied the exact same offset as before. I got the gusset in there, and then the pedal just fits in as before, like that. So I can move this to either to this side, or I could put it to this side, which is, you know, about a 1/2 of an inch difference in terms of pedal position. I sort of like it closer to the gas pedal. So if you're looking at it this way, the clutch is here, the gas pedal is here. So I like it close. If it's too close, you can put it on that side. So this is the pivot, which gets the bronze bushings, and then this is the balance bar. So the balance bar has a center pivot, and depending on how you adjust it, it can slide over here, which would give you more rear brake bias, or you can slide it over here, which gives it more front bias. So the closer the center bar is, that's where the force goes into that master cylinder or that master cylinder, and that's really what changes the brake bias. There are also proportioning valves that do something similar, but they're basically restrictive devices that just stop fluid going to the rear or something. They're not as controllable as this, and this is obviously more efficient because it's not a restriction in your brake lines. The brake pedal is already hard enough. I don't want to put any restrictions in it. I'll put a link to an article below about the effectiveness of balance bar versus like proportioning valves and residual valves and all that good stuff. Anyways, time to paint it and we'll get it back in the car. Oh, my glove. Oh, that's why I don't like to wear gloves that much. I am using lock nuts here, since we don't want this to fall off. Those are pretty tight. So this goes back in the car now. I managed to get this off without breaking all the hydraulic lines or separating them. So no need to rebleed the system. So hopefully I can put this back in just like I got it out. It's a little hard to film in there, but trust me, I can do it. I also have 2 more pedals. If anyone is interested in building something similar, just reach out to me and I'll make you a deal on these. And just like that, with the power of YouTube, we've got it all back together. Got a little adjusting to do after we drive it, but for the most part, this is pretty much how it was. I put the balance bar back where it was. I didn't tighten everything down yet, but we'll take it for a drive and then fine tune it a bit. I can already tell that the brake pressure is much better. So it's hard to do with my hand, but by feel, there's a lot more give to the pedal. So that ratio is only a few millimeters, but I think it's going to make a difference. I left the gas pedal off just so you guys can see how the balance bars work, but that's it. So I'm going to put the gas pedal on, we'll take it for a ride. So driving wise, it seems to work pretty well. There's a lot more give to the pedal and I'm able to stop much easier. Stops nice and straight. Okay, so a little more adjusting probably. I mean, you really don't know until the tires get warm and the brakes get warm how much bias to put front and rear. Basically what I do is I brake hard, and if the back gets a little tail happy on like trail braking going into a corner, then I dial up a little more front brake bias, and vice versa. If I want the car to rotate more in the corner, I can dial in a little more back brake bias. It's fully adjustable, as with many things in this car. And the actual brake feel is what's really important to me. And I guess it's hard to show on YouTube, but I'm not like most YouTubers. I mean, this is a car that is my personal car. I know this is hard to convey in a video, but those few millimeters change the brake feel a lot. It's like 30% more force onto the rotors because that leverage ratio is just altered by a little bit. It makes a big difference. I still want to adjust the clutch pedal down a little bit and some other things, kind of line them all up. But in general, this is what I do. This is not necessarily a cosmetic thing. This is certainly a driver's thing. And I don't want to have any regrets with this car. I want to enjoy it the way I want it to work. And this is a good example of that. If it doesn't work the first time, then you just do it again. It's super custom. I made a mistake on the calculations, but now I'm right about where it's not power brakes like the Carrera has, but it's somewhere between the Carrera and the 356. So 356 has pretty soft pedal pressure. This one's more firm, but it is easy to control, and I can absolutely lock up the brakes. The car stops much better. I did a little bit of playing around with the pedals while shifting, and you could reach all three pedals at the same time. So really happy with it. Thanks you guys for tuning in. I know this is, probably doesn't apply to many other cars out there, but this car is really fun for me. I like tinkering, and I like making it drive the best way I can. Still a lot more work to do, but we're getting there. As far as the fuel injection goes, I haven't done any more tuning. I'm still at a very conservative tune. The car drives just fine around town. I have no complaints. The cold start, everything about it is great. You saw it was just cold right now, and it idles up and then it creeps back down. It's perfect. I like the response. I like the drivability. It's so much improved. I'm waiting on some machine parts for the top of the throttle bodies to do my air cleaner system and new velocity stacks. So that stuff is taking a little bit of time. So I just haven't had time to tune it either. But I'm up to like 5,000 RPM, which is fine for around town, and it's just a blast to drive. So there'll be more videos on the fuel injection coming. I started some frequently asked questions. I still have more of those to do. So stay tuned. This car is far from over. You know, there's the whole saying about YouTube done. This is not a YouTube car. This is something that I really care about. And it's the little details that make driving it so much more fun. That's it for now. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, I almost forgot. I may not have a video next week. I am driving across country in my son's car. He's moving to Massachusetts and I'm in California, so cross country drive. So it's gonna take a little while. I may not have a video next week unless I re-edit something. So yeah, you're fully caught up to where I'm at in progress, so I don't have anything planned for next week.